Well, another beautiful day in the neighborhood, as you can see behind me. That's what kind of day it is here at the beach. It's going to be a great day. It got down to about 45 last night, which was nice and crisp. Great sleeping weather. And today's supposed to get up to about 70, which is below average, but that's okay. I don't mind it at all. Waiting on people to come in, and then we'll get started. Today we're going to do, of course, our regular chat. This will be Friday morning chat, and I'm going to show some of my photography work. I dabble in photography, and maybe some shuttle bus stuff, and who knows, whatever I can find on the computer. So as we're waiting, I'm going to switch us over to the screen here. I haven't set up my share screen yet. There we go. Got a little bit of a raspy voice today. I guess from talking all week. I'm not used to talking this much. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, we're a minute in. Usually people start coming in 2 or 3 minutes, which is fine. This week I've picked up some decent hours. Let's see if I can see how many hours I've picked up here. Let's see. I'm looking at my spreadsheet now. This week I've probably picked up about 55 hours so far, which is not too bad. It should be more because YouTube is still messing with the hours and messing with the people. So I'll just keep plugging away. As far as next week, I'm not sure just yet. I might cut it down to 2 days a week because I'm still working on this condo. And after the live stream, I get a little lazy, don't really want to start working. So I like to get up early and get on the job and get that day's work done. So I'm going to switch back over here for a second. And just had to cough, so didn't want to put you through that. All right, we should be getting somebody in here any minute, hopefully. If not, I'll be talking at the screen for 2 hours, and the pictures and everything will show up in the replay. Grunt has been fed this morning. He's sleeping, which is surprising. This is the intro, which I might as well go ahead and play since I don't want to get too far into the stream. Good morning, whoever's come in. I see we have one viewer. I was just setting up the intro for the replay, and we lost the one viewer. That was quick. Okay, well, somebody will be back soon. let's see, I say I'm going to be doing some of my photography work. Like I say, I dabble in photography. Got a Nikon camera and a bunch of lenses and tripods and lights and backdrops. I'm going to take some of it with me when I head to Arizona in October. Well, looks like we have 2 viewers. Good morning. Just getting ready to start the stream off. Doing chat, of course, and some show and tell, and be showing off some of my photography work if anybody's interested in photography. Let me see who's in here. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, please. I'm going to go over here to YouTube right now and bring up the stream. Hey, K&R Destinations. Appreciate it. Yeah, last stream of the week. Been picking up some decent hours. Got about 50, 55 hours so far this week. And I don't think everything's compiled yet. So hopefully get even more than that by the time weekend's over. Let's see, I'm going over here to YouTube to start the stream there. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I got that started so I can check on thumbs up and see what's going on in the chat that I can't see here in StreamYard. Norris Dabney's probably here. He likes to stay in the background. So how's things going there, K&R? What does the K&R stand for? I don't think you told me. Or you may have, and I forgot. And we got 4 people in the house. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button, please. We're going to be doing a little chat, a little show and tell, looking at a few of my photographs. Am I lagging or is everybody else lagging? I'm not sure. I think my voice is going a little bit today. I'm not used to talking this much all week long. So bear with me, please. And if I get another cough going, I'll switch you over because I had a couple little coughs this morning. But it's a great day out there. Mid-40s last night. Supposed to get up to 70-ish today, which is below average, but I don't mind. I like this cooler weather. I come to the East Coast for the warmth, and I go to the West Coast for the warmth in the wintertime. The desert can get down to in the 30s at night and then up in the 80s during the day. So who else is in the stream here? Let me know who's here. I don't know, did we lose K&R? Can anybody hear me? Let me double check my audio here. Make sure I'm on the right thing. Yeah, on the right setting. Yesterday I started off on the wrong setting. Well, here's one picture that I took for a catering company. A friend of mine owns a catering company. He wanted a few pictures. Is my stream stuck? If nobody's talking in the chat box. If you'd let me know if you can see and hear me okay, I'd appreciate it. And we've got one thumbs up. And the next thumbs up will double the thumbs up. Then two more after that will quadruple it. Am I alone? Has everybody abandoned me? I see. KNR said hi there, but nobody else has said a word. Please let me know who's in here. Norris, are you here? Anyway, this is again the photograph for a catering friend of mine. He needed a few for his pamphlet, so I took a bunch, and he picked what he liked. I'm hoping this thing's going. Let me go ahead and check YouTube. Anyway, this is again the photograph for a catering friend of mine. Yep, seems to be going. All right. So I'm not sure if you guys can hear me, see me, because nobody's chatting. With 3 people in the room. It's kind of weird. Well, we'll just wait on a few more people. Okay, my sound's not going out. But it seems to be because I went over on YouTube and turned the sound up, and it seemed to be working there. Okay, we dropped down to 2, so I'm not sure what's happening there. When we get to the end of the photography pictures, I have a very, very creepy picture that I took down in Texas. I opened the door to my fifth wheel toy hauler when I had that, and took it with my phone. Most of these are taken with my camera. I took that one with the phone, and it's a very, very, very creepy. Came out great. Huh. Still nobody is chatting. There's 4 people in here. Oh, here we go. Hey, Roy and Becky, how's it going? Yeah, I got 5 people in here, and only one person said hey. And that's been in the last 13 minutes, so that was kind of weird. Not awake. Oh, yeah, that's right. You're 2 hours behind me? So it's 6 o'clock there. Where are you now in Arizona? I was just saying that this chat is going to be showing a bunch of my photographs. I dabble in photography. So, and they'll be taken with my Nikon camera. And the last photo you see will be a very, very creepy one that I took with my phone just outside the fifth wheel toy hauler I used to have. So KNR was here, and Norris Dabney's probably in the background watching. He usually does. Doesn't pop up much. And then we've got one more. Five, 3 hours difference. Where is Williams, Arizona in comparison to Parker and Quartzsite? So here's that first picture that I took for a friend of mine. He has a catering company. On my monitor, it looks a little fuzzy, but the first plate is in focus. When I see it on the laptop, it looks pretty good. Yeah, I figured you were there, Norris. You're always hiding back there. So like I said, this photograph is for a friend of mine that has a catering company. He wanted a few pictures. And the last picture is going to be very creepy after we get through all these other pictures. And I forgot what else I put up here. Oh, so you're really close to the California border, the border down there. Oh, okay. Yeah, I went to Blythe, California when I was down there in Quartzsite. And I drove into Blythe and saw all these emergency rooms. You know, the Red Cross emergency rooms. There was one or two or three on every corner. So I kept driving around and I stopped and picked up some water, filled my jugs, and seeing these emergency rooms all over the place, I said, wow, there's a lot of emergency rooms. And so I said, let me go up and see what it's all about. So I went up to one of the doors, and it was a marijuana dispensary. Every one of them was a marijuana dispensary. In that little tiny town, there must have been 30 or 40 of them. So I guess that's a big business. HD, you okay? HD heard somebody outside, windows open, because it got down nice and cool. And of course, he woke Grunt up. Now Grunt's going to be ready to go. Yesterday, when I was sitting here, the whole floor shook. And I've never felt it do that before. I wonder if there's another minor earthquake in Virginia. Haven't heard anything about it yet. The last time the floor shook, there was an earthquake there. Yeah, I only stayed in California for about 45 minutes. Then I headed back to Quartzsite, Dome Rock. All right, Grunt's up and moving around. He'll be after my feet shortly. What is he doing? Got to keep my eye on him. He gets into trouble. All right, we got 5 in the house. Roy, Norris. Let's see, who else have we got? KNR might be back. I got 6. Let me know who's in the house and hit the thumbs up button, please. And if you could share the stream out on your social media. This is my 5th day of morning chats and show and tell. I did a Wednesday night, which I'll continue to do a Wednesday night. But I think next week I'm going to go down to 2 days on the mornings. Because after the stream, I don't feel like working on the condo. So I like to get up early and work on the condo. Get that out of the way early so I can take the late afternoon and evenings off. And Grunt is attacking my feet. I figured you were hiding back there somewhere, KNR. KNR, what does a KNR stand for? I think you might have told me, but I just don't remember. Well, people pop in and they pop out. Let's see what we got next. Oh, not a problem. Not a problem. I just appreciate you being here. Here's another picture I took outside the house. Just a bunch of daisies. Kyle and Ryan. All right, who's in here right now? Both of you or just one? Or is that Kylie? This was right in front of the house. And by fuzzing out the background, you get rid of all the distracting stuff in the background. And this was taken with 35 millimeter Nikon lens. I don't think there's any bugs out that day, so I couldn't capture any bugs. Chat seems awful slow today. I don't know why that is. Maybe it's just the net in general. Could be. Who knows? You know, I'm hardwired, so that makes everything a little faster. And this computer has 32 gigs of RAM, so everything's usually pretty quick. I'm not sure what's up this morning. Maybe it's because so many people are online that are stuck at home. I think we're supposed to open up today. I think that's what they said. We're supposed to end the lockdown today, but still social distancing, masks, and all that stuff. You had any problems out there in Arizona, Roy? Heard of anybody getting sick on BLM land? And again, if you don't realize it, I'm looking up because my second monitor's up there. Well, go back to sleep. Just leave the stream running if you would. And if you wake up, make a comment. This is a pinwheel here that I took a photo of. This was here in Wilmington. I'm trying to think where it was. And it may look a little fuzzy, but it's not. It's extra sharp. It's just the translation going across the wires, I think. On my computer screen, it's good and sharp. On my monitor, it's not as sharp. Yeah, I wish I could have been there, but I had to leave last year early due to some brother-in-law trouble. So I had to go get all my stuff before it was all gone by the time I got back from Arizona. And so I changed my domicile from Texas back here to North Carolina. So I'll be heading out to Arizona in October and coming back in March. Right, that picture was in Arley Gardens. Harley Gal's in the stream. She's a cook that takes care of the doctor's lounge in the local hospital. She makes sure the doctors are fed. Like I said, chat is slow this morning with 6 people in here. It's unusual. I'm looking over at YouTube right now, and it seems to be running all right. Now, if anybody's interested in getting some of my stickers, I have 2 stickers. The proceeds go to help HD and I when we're on the road for gas and stuff like that. This is the first one. It's a die cut, 2.5 by 6. And then get over here, and this one is a rectangle, and that's 2.5 inches by 6 inches. And you can see the website on that, and the website is scrolling. Go to the website and click on swag and get you one or both out right away. There we go. Just going to hit the right buttons. Like I said, with 7 people in here, be sure to hit the thumbs up button, everybody. I'm keeping track over here on YouTube. We got 2 thumbs up right now and 7 people in the room. It's a slow day today. I wonder if everybody and their neighbor is on the net. Hey, Digit Mark. How's it going? I think this is your first time in the stream. Metal detectionist in UK. We're doing chat and show and tell today. I'm showing a lot of my photographs. You know, I play around in photography. Be showing some videos and a bunch of other stuff. How's your lockdown doing over there in the UK? How's the weather? It's nice here. I think it got down to 45 last night. It's supposed to be 70, 72 today. It's below average for here at this time of year, but I don't mind it. Here's a beach. Here's a beach shot I shot here in Wilmington. It's down in Curry Beach. And you've got the sea oats, waves, and storms way out at sea. And there's a large rock seawall that goes all along the beach down there near Fort Fisher, which is an historical Civil War area. I wish I could metal detect in there, but they won't let me. They've got cannons. I'm going to have to do after this lockdown is done, I'm going to go to Fort Fisher and do a travel vlog down there. Do some videos on that. Very interesting place. It's beautiful except for the rain, huh? Yeah, we had rain a few days ago, 2 days of it. That was enough. So this is the beach area. This was probably high tide. So, you know, I like taking pictures at the beach. And this next photograph, you'll see the name Anthony Reel down in the lower corner. That's me. I was adopted, and Anthony Reel was my biological name. Yeah, I think our lockdown ended this Friday or next Friday, Harley. I'm not sure which. She might be running around. She starts the stream and leaves the phone on the counter. I wasn't sure if she said it was today or next Friday. One of these days our lockdown is going to be done, finally. Anyway, that picture, next one is if I can get over there. like I said, Anthony Reel on the bottom, that's me. So I decided to start reel photography, which sounded pretty cool. I have no idea what the name of this flower is. But I blurred out the background just to bring the subject into focus. I think I shot this with a 200 millimeter Nikon lens. Can't remember half the time. I have a program called Lightroom. It's for editing photographs, and it has all the information, which lens I use, what stop setting I use, the speed. So what's everybody going to be doing this weekend? Thank you. Is this Kylie or is this Ryan? Or is it Kyle and Ryan? They're both spelled the same way, I think. Let me get back up over here to the next photograph. The next one is a technique called merging lines. I don't know if you ever heard about it, but the merging lines draw your eye to a central subject. And this one makes a perfect example of that. See how the mortar lines bring your eyes right to the subject? So converging lines. I'm not sure how it's showing up on your computers, but it's showing up a little dark on my monitor. So this was specifically taken for that converging line technique. Grunt's sleeping. We've been in 30 minutes already. Wow. That 30 minutes went by fast. Today I've got to go brave the jungles of Home Depot, pick up some materials. And there'll be 50 people in the store because that's all they're letting in at one time. And maybe 5 people will have masks on. The rest will be sneezing and coughing. Let's see, what else do we have up here in the box? Now this one really looks fuzzy on my monitor. I know it's not because I zoom in when I take the pictures and edit them. This is I do product photography too. So this is actually set up for product photography. And it's just that container with flowers around it, and I forgot else what it was in there. Cucumbers, olives, basil. That could be used for a restaurant on their menu or something if they had a dish like that. Like I say, I dabble in photography, but mostly I do product photography. With product photography, you have to set up several light sources. Thank you. Digit, what is your first name? Or I call you DM, or DM Detecting, or DM UK. So with product photography, you have to have lights set up specifically in certain areas, and you have to diffuse the light so you don't get sharp reflections. And this one is an old wheel bearing that had fallen apart. So I thought it'd make a pretty good shot because of the stainless steel on black. Let me know what you think about this one. And now on the big screen, I can see it's a little off center. I may have to go back and edit that. And you see I'm getting the reflection. Now you don't use a mirror for reflection because the reflection coming off the mirror shows you a double reflection. It reflects off the glass and it reflects off the mirror. So this is sitting on a piece of black plexiglass. Got 6 in the house. Please be sure to hit that thumbs up button. We're doing chat and looking at a bunch of my photography work. And we'll have some videos later. And like I say, I do a lot of product photography. So here's some more product photography showing 3 chefs pretending to be a band. And you can see reflection again in the black plexiglass. And the entire background is blacked out. And I do that in the camera, not in editing. It's too much work trying to edge it all out. So you do it in the camera when you take the shot. So a lot of the product photography you see on TV, it might take them a day to get it exactly the way they want it, or the way the customer wants it. And I probably took maybe 15 or 20 photographs of this particular one, changing the light position, changing the speed of the camera, changing the aperture, and changing the focal length to get it right. Let's see, I'm going to zip over to YouTube. We got 3 thumbs up and 6 people in the house. If you haven't hit it, please do. And share this stream out on your social media and tell them what I'm doing. Let's see, let's get back up here and see what else I've got. This one's kind of interesting. Again, on my monitor, it looks dark, so I'm not sure if it looks dark on your computers or not. This is a little utility screwdriver flashlight thing. And on this I did what's called a composite. I only had 1 of them. So I took pictures of 1 laying down. I took pictures of 1 standing up. And I took a picture of just a light section on the front and put all 3 of those together. All right, thanks for stopping in, K&R. I appreciate it. Next Wednesday I'll be on. Next week I think I'm going to cut this down to 2 days a week, the morning chats, while I'm working on my watch hours. So I'll put out a notice day before or on Monday and let everybody know what days I'm going to do it. So again, this one's a composite. I only had 1 of these units, and this took 3 photographs to make this up. Again, it's called a composite. This one took a while. It took longer in editing than it did in shooting it. Let's see, what else have we got here? It's interesting. This is sort of a still life, but it's actually a picture of leaves. You'd say, well, leaves aren't that interesting. Well, this one is because you've got 3 stages of leaves in the fall. You've got where they've turned red, where they're starting to turn red, down here, and you've got your basic green leaves. So this was early fall, and it was just had the light coming through the trees and just lighting up this end of the branch. And that's the thing, you have to look to see these things. and you have to think what the shot would look like in your mind before you even take it. So that was just leaves, but it comes together as a photograph because it's balanced and the subject is, right up in your face in focus. Got a lot of comments on this one because it's bright, cheerful, and it's just a simple shot, but it sort of makes a statement. It's just chairs that are different colors. But the composition layout, it makes it interesting. If you look at this picture, you know there's chairs on the left, and you know the chairs keep on going to the right. So you look at the backs, and you can down look at the bottoms, and just kind of makes your eye go in circles. If anybody has any comments, please share them with me, good or bad. If you don't like it, let me know. Tell me why, because that'll only make me better when I take photographs. So we're moving right along here. Let's see what else we got. That pinwheel that was in Airlie Gardens. I think it was Veterans Day or close to that. So Airlie's Gardens had a display set up, and this was the display. I thought the composition was pretty nice because I brought this into the foreground and kept it out of focus and just focused back here on this area. So I still like that one. I just wish they didn't have the fence in the background, but I could have edited it out, but it would have taken me days to edit it out. So the composition overall is still pretty good. Yeah, we dropped down to 5. We lost 1, I know. Lost 2. Yeah, here's another picture in Airlie Gardens. I know this is like the slideshow everybody has of their boring trips. This was a stone sculpture sitting back off the path. And this was actually the Japanese gardens. I don't know if it's that everybody is speechless from these photographs or they just don't want to talk. I think it's just because nobody wants to talk. But that's okay. Let's see if we got any extra thumbs up here. Yes, we jumped up to 5. Thank you very much. Yeah, today is going to be the last day of the daily chats, the morning chats every day. Next week, I'm going to go to 2 days a week and then Wednesday. So I'll probably do maybe Monday and Thursday. I'm not sure yet. I'll let everybody know. Again, we're still in the Japanese gardens. This is a little bridge over the little ponds they have there. And I actually converted that into black and white and submitted it to a contest. Got an honorable mention. Didn't win, but got an honorable mention. But with it in color, the bridge stands out because it looks black and white. And it's actually gray. Probably made out of cedar. It's turned gray. So any comments, any questions? We're 45 minutes in. And we're going to go to the next one. Well, this is a crazy sculpture that's made out of saw blades, spoons, and you know those glass insulators they used to have up on the telephone poles? They're kind of cone-shaped, and they're green and brown. I know some people have seen them. And this is made out of rebar. All kinds of stuff in this crazy sculpture. Let me know what you think of this thing. And actually, it's a pinwheel, so it does spin. It's, I don't know what it takes to think up things like this. Oh, you can. I'm not a professional, just an average guy that takes pictures. You just have to go out and practice. When you take a picture, critically look at it and say, is that the best I can do? And I probably took 10 pictures of this one at different angles, from the ground level, from up high, from both sides, straight on. That's what you have to do. And then you start picking up, the eye, as it is for photography. Because once you see all 10 pictures on the screen and start looking at them, you can see which is the best angle, which is the best lighting, which is all that. Oh no, I think we're at the end of the pictures. So this is the creepy one I was telling you about. This one, if you look far right, is the fifth wheel toy hauler. Far left is actually a child's playhouse. And in the middle is a tree. So let me know what you think about this one. This one was taken with my phone, not my camera. I should have got my camera out and taken it, but I didn't. And this was 9, 10 o'clock at night. And that green glow is actually one of those yard lights, automatic yard lights that come on at night. And to the far right, well, to the middle right here, is a porch light. So I thought it turned out pretty good. And it had a little bit of fog. Not a whole lot, but just a little bit. And I liked it. And you see back in here, that's from another porch light. And you've got a building back here. And this is the child's playhouse. It's got a slide over here, and I can walk through it. So that's the end of the photographs. I'll have to bring some more up in the next one. So what'd you think about that creepy photograph? And with the eye, it didn't look anything like that, because the eye is 10,000 times sharper than a photograph. Good morning. Welcome to the stream. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, please. we were just showing some photographs, and this was the last one, the creepy one. This was taken with my phone. Like I said, I should have got my big camera out and taken it. I didn't think about it at the time. Maybe I'll keep this one for the Halloween stream. Use that as my intro. Animal Papa, how's it going? We've just been showing some photographs and chatting, and this is a photograph I took with my phone one evening with a little bit of fog. This was down in Texas. On the left is a kid's playhouse. On the right here is my fifth wheel toy hauler. This is one of those yard lights, and this is a porch light, and this is lit up by a porch light. So I thought it was kind of creepy. How's it going down there? Doing good. Oops. It's a great morning. Nice and cool last night, 45-ish. Get to 72 today. I like working when it's not too hot, not too cold. How's it going, Artist on the Road? Let's see. Thanks, Jim. Isn't Animal Papa? Is that Jim? I'm trying to remember everybody's name, but it's tough. Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. I should have got my big camera out and taken it with that, but I didn't think about it at the time. So we've got more things coming up. Wicking beds. That's what's coming up next. I had an aquaponics and wicking bed company 2 years ago. Yeah, I'm going to use that one come Halloween. Use that as my stream intro. Find some non-copyrighted creepy music and play it. Now, these are wicking beds. If you don't know what wicking beds are, they're a raised bed that has a water reservoir in the bottom, like a bathtub, but it has an overflow so you don't have too much water. And instead of water going down past the roots, it wicks up to the roots. So these use 75% less water than a dirt garden, and vegetables grow 10 to 15 times faster, percent faster. Let's see, I'll bring up the Aquaponics Garden website, and you can learn all about it. That's on the banner now. If you go to that website, I've got all the information on aquaponics and wicking beds. Now, aquaponics, you raise edible or non-edible fish, and the fish supply the nutrients for the vegetables, and all the vegetables grow in rock, no dirt. And I think I don't have any pictures this time of the aquaponics system, just the wicking beds, I think. So, as you can see from the banner on the bottom, I believe, let me go look over here. Yep, that's the correct one. So I built 9 wicking beds. I had 9 wicking beds. I had a 12 by 33 foot greenhouse with a 2,000 gallon aquaponics system in it. I had 7 or 8 smaller wicking beds. I designed and built a starter aquaponic system for people just starting out. It's a small system. Enjoyed doing that. I also captured all my rain to use in the wicking beds. Now, rainwater was 8.2 pH. The well water was 6.4 pH. And city water was 7.3 pH. So in the aquaponic system, you want to keep around 6.8 to 7.2. So when I would top it up, which in an aquaponic system, I might top it up once every month, I'd use the different waters to help balance out that pH. Now, aquaponics uses 90% less water than a dirt garden, and your vegetables grow up to 50% faster because they don't have to go looking for water. They don't have to go looking for nutrients. It's all right there. A video on the wicking beds and aquaponic system. Not today, I don't, but I'll dig one up. I have a flyover somewhere where I use my drone to fly over the wicking beds, and then right at the end crash into the into the netting. But that's 8 60-gallon barrels that have a pipe underneath them, and they're all connected underneath, so they all fill at one time and they all drain at one time. So in the summertime, I had plenty of water. Plus, I had wells and city water if I needed it. Let's see, instead of bringing it back to my ugly mug, let's go to the next one. Yeah, this is when the wicking beds were midsummer. And you can see I've got cucumbers, corn, beans. And I built these PVC walls with the netting in it, so the cucumbers and everything climb right up it, and you just pick them right off the vine. I had some watermelon back in here, tomatoes, peppers. This looks like, can't remember what that is. This was the original. This was the original one. These 3 were the first 3. And all of these are made out of recycled material. Old decking boards. Because they have a liner in them, so you don't have to worry about anything leaching into the water or the soil. Water will wick vertically 12 inches. So my base is 6 inches for my reservoir, and the soil is 12 inches. So let's see what else we got. Oh, I did workshops. This is the starter system where you can come in on the workshop and build your own starter system. And then, of course, I give you support after that. This is a 110-gallon tank, and these are 2 27-gallon tubs that you grow your vegetables in. This system will hold up to 7 fish, and if you can add 2 more bins to it and put another 7 fish into it, so you could have 14 fish, edible or non-edible, whichever you prefer. I grew bluegill and catfish. The biggest catfish I took out of the big system was 27, 28 pounds. It was huge. I got a picture somewhere of me holding it. I think I did that yesterday. Now this is a current wicking bed I have. It's at my ex-neighbor's where my bus is parked. I just got it planted out this spring. I miss gardening, so I dug all the weeds out since I didn't use it last year, and got some pak choi in there, some jalapenos, some red, yellow, and green bell peppers, cucumbers, yellow neck squash, tomatoes. With a wicking bed, since they don't have to go looking for moisture, normally you plant tomatoes 3 feet apart, tomato plants, well, you can plant them 18 inches apart in a wicking bed, and you can plant them a foot apart in aquaponics. Then I just put the onions in. I've got some celery, and I've got, what else do I have? Oh, beets over here. And this little corner up here, you see, I've got snow peas over there. And this is probably a week after I put everything in, and that's going like crazy. And then I've got this small tub that I'm using, and that's onion chives. If you notice the flowering, pick these flowers, and when I get a bunch of them, we put them into vinegar and make onion chive infused vinegar, which tastes a whole lot better than standard vinegar. It's great on salads or in cooking. We're at the beach. Sometimes we get chilly, quarter mile from the beach. Yeah, you used to be subscribed to me, Animal Papa. They take people away left and right. This is a rain chain. I don't know if anybody knows what a rain chain is. It comes off your gutter, and when the rain comes down, it kind of foams, instead of being, droplets, which is kind of cool. Well, we had a little bit of rain and a lot of cold weather, and this thing just got a little iced up. If you look closely, you can see the rings inside the ice. So you know how cold it was to make that freeze up. We have a video. This is my shuttle bus. Here's a wheel well down here. This is a refrigerator freezer, and I built a pull-out drawer for it. So I'll let you take a quick look at that. We're getting into some shuttle bus stuff. Well, the refrigerator's in for the best part. I've got 5 inches of space below the stove. The stove. Let me stand up here so we can see it easier. Boy, it's tough to see in here. Small spaces. This one's white coats out. We got clearance. Lots of clearance. Clearance. I'm just going to put in the stops to keep that from sliding around. I can take things out here. Put them on the counter over here. Or in the sink. Close it back up. And slide it back in. Just like it was made for it. Alright, one more thing partially done. I got a lot of partial dones. Eventually I'll add up to a whole done. Alright, check back. Yes, Animal Papa, I have you. But I'll double check to be sure. Because YouTube does purge people for some reason. I don't know why. They constantly messing with my hours. Tuesday, I think it was, yeah. I did an hour and a half live stream in the morning. I had 6 to 8 people in here, and I checked my analytics, and I had 0.9 hours 9/10 of an hour. What's up with that? I don't know what's going on. So I'm tracking my hours and stuff, and I'm going to ask them. I'm going to send it in and say, well, why am I not getting the hours I should be getting? I should be over 2,000. I'm a little over 1,320 right now, and I've got to get 4,000 watch hours. And I hope to do it before August, because August is when I really started pushing the videos and starting working for subs. So after August, the sliding 365-day scale, it slides along as you move forward. So anything before today, last year, is cut off and not counted. And Grunt is awake. Oh no. Animal Popper, you didn't see our newest pet, condo pet, did you? Let me see if I can dig that up. Yeah, we have a new pet in the condo. And since you're an animal papa, hey Professor, how's it going? Thanks for stopping in. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button, please. We've been showing some of my photographs. I dabble in photography, some wicking beds, and some shuttle stuff. I'm looking for Grunt. He's running around here somewhere. Hang on just a second, I'll be back. I gotta go find him, see what he's doing. Here's one of my photographs that I did for a friend of mine for his catering business. Sorry about that. He was getting in trouble. He was trying to get in trouble. So I had to get him out of trouble. Okay, I'll double check it after the stream and resubscribe if I need to. All right, anyway, that photograph was for a friend of mine. Let me see, what was I doing? I was trying to find the new condo pet. Let me see if I can find him now before I'm so rudely interrupted by Grunt. Let's see. Yeah, we can do this one. This is the new condo pet. That Acts like a cat. Yeah, acts just like a cat. And he's constantly getting into trouble. And this is the little runt. Yeah. He doesn't like to be held much. This little thing weighs 9 pounds, 9.5 pounds already. All right, I'll put you down. All right, Professor, no problem. Yeah, I'm not on the weekends. I'm gonna go down to 2 days a week and Wednesday night. It seems like Monday and Thursday seem to be the best days. Let's see, we got 7 in the house. Appreciate it. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button. We've got 7. Yeah, we got 7 thumbs up. Yeah, he's a little terror. He gets into trouble every day. And he's a coon, or cooney, mini potbelly pig. Let's see, where was I here? If I keep looking up, it's because I have my monitors up here. All right, I think I'll go through the photographs with new people. And the other ones that have already seen it, it's like a boring slideshow of your vacation. But like I say, I dabble in photography. And I'll go through them kind of quick. Because we're at 1 hour and 13 minutes, and I only do 2 hours in the morning. This is some daisies I took right outside the house. And I'll just keep flipping between them instead of going back to my ugly mug. This is in Airlie Gardens. It's a pinwheel. I don't know how sharp it looks on your monitor, but it's extremely sharp. I zoomed in on that little screw in the middle, and you could actually see scratches on the head of the screw. So it's extremely sharp, but on my monitor it doesn't look as sharp. It looks a little soft. This is down at the beach here, called Curry Beach, which is actually Fort Fisher, which is a Civil War memorial where they had a bunch of battles. And these are sea oats. And we had a big storm off in the ocean. That was at high tide. Then they have about a mile long breaker wall made out of all these rocks. I'm going to go to Fort Fisher as soon as we get off lockdown and do a video of Fort Fisher and around the beach areas and to add to my content. This is a flower I took that was out in the yard. I'm not exactly sure what it's called, what the name is. It is. Got too many people here, but it's a nice place. The beach is just opened up for surfers and walkers and runners. You just can't stay in one spot or group up. Let's see. All right, this is called a converging lines photograph. See how the mortar on both sides bring your eye straight to the subject. It could be a daylily. I don't know my flowers. The vines are the subject, but the mortar lines brings your eye right to the subject of the vines. I'm in Wilmington, North Carolina, and you're in New York. Let me get rid of that banner. Don't need that banner up there anymore. All right, this is my website for The American Wanderer. I have some swag on there, license plates, t-shirts, koozies, mouse pads, stickers. All that goes to help HD and I stay out on the road and buy gas. Right now it's pretty cheap, but as soon as all this is over, it's going to go right up. And I do what's called product photography. This is one of the pictures I sent up. As you can see, it's got flowers, it's got cucumbers, it's got black olives, it's got basil. And product photography, you have to get your lights right. You have to take, I probably took 20 photographs of this with different focal lengths, different speeds, different f-stops. See, I'm getting just a little bit of light on the glass, which is nice. You can see the rim. And this was taken on black plexiglass. Yeah, I've got people from New York, New Jersey, UK, Australia that come in. Hard to keep track sometimes. Okay, this is a bearing, just a regular bearing. And it's not on a mirror. You never want to take a picture like this on a mirror, because what happens, you've got a double image on the bottom, because it'll reflect off the glass and then it will reflect off the mirror surface. So you get a double image. So this is black plexiglass with a black background. And you've got to adjust your lights, diffuse your lights, get your camera angle. There's a lot to it. One photograph, I don't know if I've got it up here or not, took me all day to get, where I was happy with it. Here's another one. Again, product photography. Somebody could take this and put that in their catalog, add a description over here, edit, trim it here, add a description over here, and the information and price for a catalog or online. This is what's called a composite. I had one of these tools, just one. This photograph is made up of 3 photographs: the vertical, the horizontal, and the light head. I took all 3 photographs and put them together just to make this one shot, because the camera settings for the vertical is a little different than the horizontal because of the way the light bounces off, and the light head on it is completely different than the other 2. All the settings had to let more light come in for that to make it show up better. So that was fun. It took a while, but it was fun. A simple photograph, lights coming through the trees, but it's not just leaves. You've got your green leaf, your leaf is changing color, and leaves that have already changed color in early fall. That's what makes it better than just a leaf shot. A simple shot, but it stands out. You know, it's got impact. Oh, and if you see this down here, I was adopted, and this is my biological name, Anthony Reel. So I started Reel Photography. I know it would have been confusing. This was a memorial set up at Airlie Gardens, a place that has all kinds of ferns and fauna and flowers and Japanese gardens. So I like the monument, so I shot it. This is also in the Japanese gardens, stone sculpture. Simple. This could go in a magazine and have information coming down here about some story. Again, in the Japanese garden. What makes it stand out is the bridge looks black and white, even though it's not, and everything else around it is in color. This is a crazy sculpture. You've got spoons, saw blades, bolts, and these are the insulators and rebar. Boy, you guys are either speechless from my photographs or nobody's just talking. And here's that creepy one again. All right, that's the end of the photograph section. And I went through the wicking beds. And let me show you. Yeah, this is a sticker. This is a die cut sticker, 2.5 by 6 that I sell. And this is the 2.5 by 6 rectangular sticker. They're on my website along with license plates and things like that. Or I can do anything custom for you also, since I'm a sign maker. And that's why I built the shuttle bus to carry my sign equipment. While I'm out on the road, I do vinyl graphics and pick up a little extra money for gas. Thank you, artists on the road. I appreciate it. Like I said, I'm not a professional. I just dabble in it. Yeah, so HD and I are going to be heading back to Arizona in October, 1st of October. It'll take me about 2 weeks because I'm going to beef up the travel vlog section of my channel. I'll be seeing what's around, go videotaping some stuff, and uploading while on the road. All right, we got 6 in the house, and we've got 8 thumbs up. All right, we're at 125. So about 35 more minutes and I'll shut this down, unless we get down to 3 or 4 people. Then I might close it a little early so I can get back to work on the condo. Condo remodeling is coming along. I just uploaded the last video on the flooring. And now I'm working on the bathrooms. I'm using 12 by 24 tile and putting that down in the bathrooms. Thank you, Animal Pop. I appreciate it. I cut the tile and fitted all the tile first because it had some crazy cuts. And yesterday I put it down. I used a huge bucket of mortar, which surprised me. But the floor was like this. It was just like that. So I had to fill the low spots and bring it up to the high spots, keep the tile level. And then I use the little gadgets that keep the top of the tile level instead of doing it by eye. So since some of that mortar is so thick, I'm going to let it dry over the weekend, and then I'll grout it Monday. And then Tuesday I'll start putting it back together. I've still got to get some shoe molding and get that painted. And after grouting's done, then I'll put the shoe molding in. I've got to paint the baseboard. And I always pre-paint my shoe molding and then put it up and then touch it up. Touch nail holes up. Fill the nail holes, then touch those up. It's easier than trying to cut the line in across the floor and not getting on the floor and all that stuff. I'll have a video for that probably next week on the progress of the first bathroom. And the second bathroom's even bigger, so I probably got 9 or 10 hours in pre-fitting it and then putting it down. Not to mention the time taking stuff out. All right, questions, comments. Got to keep the chat going. Would anybody like to come up on screen? If you would, for the last half hour, here's a link. Let me know you'd like to come up. I can pop you up here. We can get the chat going a little bit more. I'm a little bit of an introvert, so I don't like talking too much. Only if I have to. And right now I have to. So if anybody would like to come up on the panel, just hit that link and you'll come up into the base, what they call the basement here on StreamYard. I'll see you pop up and then drop you right in. Roy and Becky would, but he's 3 hours behind, so he's probably still sleeping. He was in earlier. He could barely see. He was so sleepy. So he's 3 hours behind. So it's just 6 o'clock, 6:30 there now for him. And he's out in the desert in Williams, I think he said, Williams, Arizona, up near Flagstaff. I'll be going to Parker, Arizona first. Then for the van build. The van build is where you bring your vehicle in, your camper, your truck, car, shuttle bus, whatever, and bring the materials of what you want to do, and they'll supply the labor for free. I had one battery. If you watch my videos, you saw I had one battery in the coach area, the coach battery. All that bus had was one battery and one battery box. So in the van build last year, we built a angle iron cage under the floor where that battery was. I can hold up to 6 batteries now. So right now I've just got a solar panel, 110 watt, 10 amp solar panel, keeping that battery charged. I'm getting ready to get 2 Battleborns, a fallover switch for the alternator, It's specifically made for the Battleborns. I want to get a 200 amp suitcase, solar, or at a 20 amp, that'll charge a little faster. And I'm probably going to get a special charge controller, because the ones that you buy on those suitcases aren't that great. So I'll get a different charge controller. I doubt if I'm going to put panels on the roof, because I'm always running at max weight. I was at 10,000 pounds last year, but I'm in the process of lightening it up a little bit, making some things lighter. My separating toilet, I've already started taking apart, and I'm going to finish that up hopefully this weekend. I'm taking about 3 inches off it, making some places where your heels can get back away from the front, and making it lighter. And by doing that, I should have a place to put my lawn chair beside it. So it's a win-win situation. I'm looking at getting a full-color digital printer cutter. All I have right now is just a standard vinyl cutter. It's $7,000, so I'm saving up for that. But it's a foot longer and 14 or 15 inches wider, and weighs 60 more pounds. So I'm going to have to take both sides of the shuttle, the cabinets on both sides, and actually swap them from side to side. There's going to be a little bit of modification, but the good thing about a shuttle bus, everything is bolted into metal. Everything's screwed and bolted together. So I can just unbolt it, basically swing it around, and then I'll have to, rerun some wiring, and have to rerun some plumbing, but nothing major. It'd probably take me about a month to get that moved around. Now the top section where my final cutter is right now, that whole top section will have to be rebuilt because it's so much bigger. But that's okay too. Yeah, it is. But when I had my sign company, I had a 54-inch full color digital printer cutter. That was 17,500 when I had my sign company. And I had that for, I guess, 4 years. And when I sold the sign company, sold that with it. It wouldn't have fit in the bus anyway. So now I'm looking at a 2-footer. And, I do t-shirts, simple t-shirts. And with the digital printer, I can do full color t-shirts. I can put your face on your t-shirt if you want it. And once I get that, and I carry my heat transfer machine with me, which weighs a ton. So it'll be nice to get it off the driver's side on the passenger side. So I have a little bit better weight distribution. I was leaning a little bit to the driver's side last year. So hopefully I get that weight distribution right. I want to see if I can get a gas-powered bicycle this year too. Boy, I got to sell some signs. If anybody needs a logo, sign work, let me know. I ship all over the U.S. Let's see, what else do we have up here that was interesting? Yeah, this is this was the mini aquaponics starter system I designed, and this was a workshop. I had 3 people came into the workshop and built their own, took them home, started growing vegetables. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I did that for about 10 years, I guess, the aquaponics business. If you want to see some of the logos and stuff I've designed, let me go over here. And I'll show you my Facebook page for that. I mean my Facebook page. Yeah, here's my Facebook page scrolling across the bottom. That's my sign company I used to have. JT Signs. It shows a bunch of logos. I for several months I entered logo contests online. I made about $1,000. I won a few logo contests, but it took a lot of work. Yeah, Animal Popper. If you go to my tag website, the Aquaponics Garden, I'll put that up here. You can see all the vegetables I grew. That tomatoes were bigger than my open hand, and yeah, this is the Aquaponics Garden down there at the bottom of the screen. The aquaponics, I really enjoyed doing it, but when sold the house, sold all that with it. And I thought I put a video up here of what it looks like now, but maybe I didn't. I was going to. When the new people bought the house, they let it fall down. Huh. Could have sworn I put that video up there, but I didn't. Let me see if I can find it real quick. So what's on the screen now is the aquaponics garden. It tells you what aquaponics is, history, has pictures of the wicking beds and workshop and my greenhouse, which was 12 by 33 feet on the side of the garage. Let me see if I can find that. I don't even know where it would be. I'm looking at my D drive right now. Yes, correct, it is. Yeah, the natural occurring bacteria break down the fish waste into ammonia, and a second bacteria takes that ammonia and converts that into nitrates. And then the composting worms that are in the bed eat up the waste that's left over, the old roots and everything else. And worm castings are also great fertilizer. Gives you all the micronutrients you need for your plants. It's a self-contained ecosystem. I just don't know where I put that thing. No telling. Oh, well, I'll have it next week. Oh, and I do capture I did capture my own rainwater. It's 8 60-gallon pickle barrels. And you can't see it, but up under here, they're all connected together with PVC. So they all fill together and they all drain together. This pipe is coming off a tin roof. They're bringing the water in because you never want to take water off a shingle roof because it's petroleum based. So this is coming off a tin roof and filling these barrels up. And see, I had stuff growing in pots everywhere, not just the wicking beds. At one point, I think we had about 2 years worth of food canned in the big laundry room we had downstairs. Yeah, definitely, because you've got ammonia and nitrates in that water. And that's some of the best stuff you can get. Now, wicking beds, plants grow 10 to 15% faster and uses 75% less water. Aquaponics, where you've got the fish supplying all the nutrients, that uses 90% less water than a dirt garden, and plants grow up to 50% faster. You can plant a lot closer together in wicking beds and even closer in aquaponics. It's just amazing how fast they grow. Let me see, what do I have up there right now for that? Okay, that's the aquaponics garden. So I'll change that back over to my website. All right, this is my YouTube website, the aquaponics garden. No, the American Wanderer. It's the American Wanderer website, where I've got information on there, plus pictures, plus a whole bunch of stuff. And I thought I had it here, but yeah, let me put this over here. I'm swapping stuff from my laptop to my monitor. Okay, here is the aquaponics garden. And as you can see, those are wicking beds there. That's a wicking bed I built for my neighbor at an angle. You can see the size of the tomatoes you get out of aquaponics. And those are some hot peppers there, just coming out of the greenhouse. Cabbage will grow in the rock. That was the fish tank, 600-gallon fish tank. And I had a 1,400-gallon, look at that catfish. Had a 1,400-gallon tank in the ground underneath this bed right here. And if you look at the aquaponics terminology, it gives you an idea. That was some basil I grew in there. I gave tours of the system, and that's that beginner's system, aquaponic system. So if you go down here, you can see the size of the tomatoes. Look at the size of the tomatoes. That's what happens when you grow tomatoes where they have plenty of nutrients and plenty of water. Unlike a dirt garden, when you water plants in a dirt garden, the water goes down past the plant roots into the ground. In an aquaponic system, there's a pump on a timer, and it comes on, pumps water from the sump tank in the ground into the fish tank, which stirs up the fish tank waste. Then that flows out into the grow beds in the summertime I did it every 30 minutes, and in the wintertime I did it every hour or hour and a half. And so your plants are getting nutrients every 30 minutes, and they use what they need and leave the rest. But you can see those are leaks right there. Right, but in aquaponics, there's no water setting in the beds. You have what's called a siphon. So when the water gets to a certain level, the siphon kicks in and takes the water out of the bed, so you don't have any root rot. So your roots are never sitting in water. And as the water drains from the aquaponics bed, it sucks oxygen down through the rocks to the roots, which even helps them even more. Look at the size of the onions over here on the left. So here you've got aquaponics facts, history, surfaces, ancient aquaponics. Here's a gallery. And this is what makes the aquaponics system work. It's called a nitrification process. That's the good thing about aquaponics. Like I say, when the water drains, it draws oxygen down, which helps the roots immensely. So this process, which makes it a closed loop growing system, it's its own ecosystem. Let's see. Wicking beds, wicking bed workshops, tag starter system. So it's all there. Now this is just a basic website showing the logos are designed, signs and decals, t-shirts. I used to do sand etching, but I can't anymore. I don't have the room for it. Canine logos. Here's just some of the logos I designed when I was in the contest. These are logos I designed for people. Some I won, some a lot I didn't. But these are just logos I designed up. Oh, don't know what that is. So I entered quite a few online contests. And like I say, I won around $1,000 overall. And then once you do a logo for a company, most of the time they'll come back and want letterheads designed, brochures, business cards, so you made extra money on that. And that was a short one there. I had 2 in there. And most everything I did was called word and letter logos, and some with graphics. Well, thanks. That was a few years ago, but I'd be sitting in front of the computer 8 hours doing logos. And then when somebody liked your logo, they'd come in and say, well, can you change this and this and this? So you spend time changing that, then all of a sudden they go with somebody else. So, it got a little frustrating once in a while. All right, that one's done. But all these have different logos under them. So that's my website. If anybody's interested in logos or vinyl decals, I do vehicle graphics and stuff like that, and I can ship them to you. All right, let me see if I can get back here because we're coming up on, let's see, 12 minutes left to go. And then I'll be getting back to work. I'm letting that first bathroom tile mortar set. I finished it yesterday. I finished it about 5:30 last night, putting the tile down, and I'm working on a video for that. And then I'm gonna have to put up a giant TV in the living room, and then build some floating shelves, and put up a few other shelves. Then I'm gonna paint all the door casings. I haven't done that. All I did was paint up the bottom, so I wouldn't have to get down on the floor, getting paint on the floor. Gonna paint them, paint the doors by the looks, put up some pictures, and I think that's about it. Yeah, in those logo contests, I'm competing with these kids and stuff that come up right out of school for graphic arts, and I'm old school, so I didn't win a whole lot. I won, I don't know, 10, I think, 10 or 12. And you can pick. They have hundreds of people look at the logos, and you pick what you want to do a logo on. But I'm sort of diverse. I kind of do a little bit of everything. If you watched, hang on, I'm going to stick this up there temporarily. Hang on just a second. I'll be right back. I just feel a cough coming on. Okay, I'm back. I just had a cough come on. Yeah, so it gets harder and harder to compete with these kids coming out because I've been in the sign industry doing signs since 1974, and the older I get, it seems like my creativity seems to wane a little bit, and I can't design anything for myself hardly. I can do it for other people, but not for me. Let's see, we got 6 in the house, which is not too bad. We've got what's that? 9, 8, oh, 8 thumbs up. If you haven't hit the thumbs up, please do. And right after I close this stream down, Animal Pop out. Was your first name James or John? I can't remember. I'll get over to your website and make sure I'm still subscribed. Yeah, YouTube is screwy. Like I said, I did a hour and a half morning live stream Tuesday. All right, thanks, Animal Pop. Like I say, I'll check on my subscription to you, and if not, I'll resubmit. Yeah, YouTube Tuesday, hour and a half with 6 to 8 people, and I got 0.9 watch hours, 9/10 of watch hours. I don't understand how they figure this stuff. All right, I thought it was because my name is James. All right, thank you, and we'll see you next time. And I'll be catching up with you online too as soon as I get this condo done where I've got some time. Have a good one. All right, we've got about 8 minutes left, and then I'll shut this down and go back to work. I tell you, my back was hurting last night, up and down with those tiles. I first cut all the tiles to fit because I didn't want to have to stop putting mortar down, go spend 5 minutes cutting a complex piece of tile, and then coming back. So I got everything pre-cut, pre-fitted, and I had to make a couple adjustments, but nothing major. I had to trim here and trim there a little bit. But I'm going to upload part 8, first of the week, which will be starting the tile work. And I've got another 3 weeks worth of work. And then I can get back on my shuttle bus because I got to paint the roof. I've got to decide if I'm going to move stuff around. I've got to route the inside of the doors, clear coat everything, paint the panels. It's a never-ending thing. What I'll do is I'll run my intro at the last 30 seconds of the stream. Get that ready. It takes me probably 45 minutes at night or first thing in the morning to set up all these tabs. I've probably got 50 tabs open right now between the laptop and the monitor because you have to set up everything in advance, have it ready, look through it, and see what you want to do first, add stuff. I've added 4 tabs since being in the stream. And my goatee's crooked. There it goes. I'm thinking at 2,000 subs, I'm going to cut my ponytail off. At 4,000 subs, I'm going to cut this into a small goatee. So spread the word. I'll be doing it live in a stream. That'll be interesting. I got to find somebody to do it. And I probably need to shave a little bit. I shave about every week, once a week now. I'm kind of working so hard. But we got about 5 minutes left, and like I say, I'll run the intro, which is an extra also. And then I'll get back to work on the condo. I've got to go pick up some materials at Home Depot, and that's going to be fun because they allow 50 people in at once. And 2 days ago, I went in, and there was about 5 people with masks, and there were people coughing and sneezing all over the store without masks. So I try to stay as far away as possible. Of course, I wore my mask, not because I'm told to, but because, I'm older, could be more susceptible. I don't have any health problems, but why take a chance? All right, we're coming up on 4 minutes and counting. Let's see. Next week. I'm gonna be going probably Monday and Thursday mornings and Wednesday night. I think that's going to be the schedule every week now. That way, everybody will know once I'm on schedule. This is the first schedule I've had since I started doing this. So by having a schedule, people know when I'm up, and everybody seems to like the show and tell. So I'll keep doing the show and tell. It may repeat itself because I've only got so many pictures and videos, but I'll be making more as I go. And as soon as we get off lockdown, I'll be doing some beach videos and some Civil War location videos and some metal detecting videos. I want to get out on the beach and do some metal detecting. I carried my metal detector all the way to Arizona and didn't even take it out of the bus. I was having too much fun meeting new people and going to different rallies and festivals. So tell your friends that I'll be going Monday and Thursday mornings and Wednesday nights at 7:30. Now, mornings start at 8 o'clock. So Monday and Thursday at 8 a.m. and Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. I'm working on my watch hours. And if you want to watch my playlists, I have 7 short ones, 2 20-hour, number 3 20-hour has got 11 hours in it. And I have my full playlist, which is 54 hours, I think now. And just let it run in the background. Don't turn the sound off, but turn it down so you can't hear it. You can turn the volume off on your computer or your phone and just let it run overnight. And that gives me watch hours because I have to get from 1,320, I think it is now, to 4,000. I need to do that before August 1st, which I can do if I can get a few people to start watching. And you can only watch them once. If you try to watch them again, I don't get any credit for it. So if anybody wants to watch playlists, please do, and let me know that you have. And if I haven't subscribed to you, please let me know if you've subscribed to me, because sometimes I miss them. I have 1,000 subscribers, 1,300, 1,006 subscribers, so sometimes I don't catch it. So if I don't, send me a message and remind me. All right, we're coming up on 30 seconds, and I'll start the ending screen, and I'll talk to everybody later. Thanks for stopping in, everybody. Have a great one.